we've had influencers who you guys would probably look up to and be like, wow, these guys email in or message in saying, like, I need help, like my relationship's peak.
And on social media, it's like, yo, I love my wife, just made a breakfast. It says, look into yourself, my brother or my sister. How confused are you? How much is your heart generally just not focused? That's because of a lot of times because you weren't lowering your gaze. You're looking at things that are haram. That day I almost gave up da'wah. Right.
Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, amma ba'ad, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Brothers and sisters, welcome back to another episode of Chai with my Bhai. Sorry to get big guys sometimes when I do, Chai with my Bhai. Chai with my favorite show.
Bro, you say it every time.
Actually, after the other one.
Say that again?
After the other show, Ride Out.
But you like Ride Out more?
Yeah, I like Ride Out.
But you never recorded Ride Out?
I just like watching it.
I'm also about to record. What's your favorite show to record? You've done MXP. You've done this. You've done Relationship Goals.
That's really interesting. How he said he likes Ride Out. That's really interesting.
I love cars.
No, I'm not saying that.
I'm into
But
cars.
she was in the M5 act.
Oh, about
Yes,
it.
he was flying in the M5.
I love cars.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not that. I just love cars, but it's just like
You appreciate them.
I appreciate them. That's it.
Mm.
If I wouldn't get into it, but I love them.
And you want to get into a car?
No, I wouldn't get into
Like,
the
get
whole.
into the
Oh,
world.
you
It's the
would
world
become
of
petrol
cars.
head.
Yeah. I wouldn't
It's
do
the
that.
world of cars.
Even if I had money, I wouldn't do that. But I like them. I like
You
cars.
like cars. You appreciate cars.
Yeah, I appreciate cars.
So what's
I
your
like
favorite
nice
show
cars.
to record? Show to record.
Show to record. MXP was nice. Chai with my Bhai. This one nice as well. I think they're all the same.
All the same.
Yeah, all the same to me. All the
Barakallah
same.
feek.
Unless
Very
there's a specific one.
politically
I like
correct answer.
lessons. I like lessons. I like doing lessons.
Oh, you like the teaching stuff you do.
Yeah, I love
That was so
teaching, yeah.
diplomatic. I love it.
No, but I actually like it.
No, I'm not saying you did it in a fake
Because
way.
for
I'm
me, it's all
saying
the
genuinely.
same. For me, it's all the
nice,
same.
yeah.
All of it's just a podcast. So it's all the same.
I
There's
love
nothing. It's
it.
not a podcast, isn't it? That I do. MXP. Even the Ride Out, if I was to do it, that's like.
Can I ask a
It's your
question? Can I ask a
podcast.
question?
It's all-
Since
they're all
we're just asking
podcasts.
a question, why do you count like this? I'm just wondering. Like, who did you pick this habit up from?
Sheikh Saleh al-Uzaimi.
Oh, you can't say that, huh?
Yeah.
Starts with the
backwards.
little finger first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
SubhanAllah, man. I picked up a lot of
It's very
habits from
interesting.
certain
The
people.
reason I asked
And
that
Sheikh
is-
Hussein al-Abbas as well. Sheikh Hussein al-Abbas counts like that.
And,
Is it-
and you don't
is it
open it,
everything?
you
Yeah,
close
that's
it.
what I was
Oh,
thinking.
Adhkar as well. Adhkar, maybe because Adhkar you do it like that, innit?
No,
Adhkar you do it.
No,
Adhkar is how you
Pakistanis do it
Adhkar.
like this.
we do it. Yeah, we count
We
on
do
the,
the
these
digits.
15.
No,
Little
I'm saying
digits.
The sunnah is this.
Oh, it's really?
Oh, really?
Like this, yeah.
And
It's
you
Adhkar.
go back,
Oh,
as in
wow,
you
I
close
didn't
it.
know that.
Yeah, you close
So
the
we-
sunnah.
Okay, so even we count like, oh,
Really?
1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4,
What's that,
5.
what's that?
We do it the complete
Sunnah?
opposite.
Yeah. Subhanallah. Like that.
Oh, as in each one you do it 3.
Three, yeah.
But you do it like that.
Yeah.
Instead.
No, we actually
Yeah.
count the
We actually
digits.
count
you know
each
these little
digit.
Yeah,
digits?
we do.
And I don't know what happens when you get to the thumb, because on the thumb, I swear you've only got 2.
No, you
I've
got
got
three.
three.
You got three, Joey.
1, 2, 3. I've got 4, bro.
Yeah, walk on for your thumb, bro.
I don't know,
Walk on for
bro.
your
Bro,
thumbs,
I've got
bro.
loads of lines. I've got like 20.
Yeah, yes,
But like, there's
I've got
like
5.
There's like,
I've got 3.
there's
I can't talk
one
about
main
one.
line that I can see that's like a line.
No, 1, 2, 3.
No,
I
I
got 3
think three.
distinct. They're not all the same size, but they're distinct.
Even we do that. Even
Okay,
we
my
do that,
thumb
we
was
do it like
mash
that
up.
as well.
I got bears. I
The
got
ad
bear
of the
lines.
scholars is based on the sunnah.
Yeah, like this one.
They actually started
Danny.
counting.
Yeah, Sheikh Saleh al-Uzaimi does that. And Sheikh Hussein al-Abbas, he always does it. I didn't know that. Let's see who else does it.
The reason you asked that question is because...
Sheikh Abdul does it. Yeah. He
Oh,
does
really?
it. Yeah.
No, I'm very... Can
Yeah.
you tell him why you asked that question?
No.
Just...
I was gonna ask though, is it if it's an Arab thing?
It is an Arab thing too, though, yeah.
mm.
Because they would count according to the numbers. So, in the hadith, the Prophet ﷺ, فَأَقَدَ بِيَدِهِ 90. 90, huh? So they do it like that. And they do certain, like, these kind of things are like numbers. They're all numbers according to them. So if it was like sign language, if you want a number, this is like 90, this is 80, this is 50. Like, that depends where you put your finger. So it's like...
So that's got nothing to do with sihr, like numbers and...
No.
Okay.
Plus, like, for example, if they're having a handshake, you're handshaking, you know, when you're basically they have a custom when they're bidding for something. So I'm buying something off you. I don't want to tell everyone else the price. So give me a hand and I'll do something and you know the number.
Wow.
So that kind of stuff.
Oh,
But they-
wow.
That's actually
Wow.
really sick. Yeah.
They communicate with their hands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically, yeah.
That is serious.
Yeah, so it is a custom thing, yeah. It is a
That's
custom
actually
thing.
quite sick.
But it's also the hadith, the Prophet ﷺ would do it like that. So.
Just to segue onto that, I think it'd be a good idea one day if you could do you know like how we did the Tawheed video in Urdu. Maybe it'd be good if you could get someone to do one, and I'm not joking, genuinely in sign language
Yeah, that'd be
for the
good.
brothers and sisters who are deaf.
There's a organization sign, isn't it?
There is, yeah.
Sign language sign. Okay, so in today's episode, as you know, we're continuing on with the series on social medias. On this particular episode, we're talking about YouTube. Wait, is it YouTube or Instagram?
Instagram.
On this episode, we are talking about Instagram. Now,
Yes.
Mother Instagram. What is Instagram?
Oh, I think you're gonna ask if, like, just like last time and the other 2 times, they're on here have Instagram.
Does everyone here have Instagram?
Yes.
Dalman, obviously you have Instagram.
I don't have a personal account. I don't use it for personal things, but it's like
Even I don't use mine for personal things.
He's one technically speaking. Yours is a hybrid, I would say.
When's the last time I posted anything?
my one's fully a
Oh.
non-personal account, to be honest, and I don't even get notifications.
I don't
on it.
even
So
run
if you
mine.
message me on
I haven't
Instagram-
had
No, no. What he's trying to
But
say
you
is
have
that
it, though.
you
You
have
monitor
a
it, you
personal
respond to
account.
messages
It's
on
your
it.
account,
So does he,
but
so
you
does
just
he.
use
Yeah, I
it.
have it.
No, but his one's not his. It's not. He's not his face. It's not his
I know,
name.
I know,
He
I
doesn't
know,
have
that's
any
what I'm saying.
personal attachments.
I know,
to
but
it.
it's important to mention, like, as in mine and his is no different in that his is a logo and mine's a face.
Wait, his logo is built around an institute. Your logo is built around you.
Yeah, I
Do you
run
get
an
it?
institute.
But the only
Like
difference-
Knowledge College would be the equivalent of courses.
No,
Yeah.
not necessarily, because as in because look, either your social media is personal or it's for an organization. You know what I'm saying? The whole Data Man Instagram page is like an organization,
No,
basically.
but that's what I said. I think your one's a bit of a hybrid.
No, but I don't post personal things on there. Go through my timeline. What's personal? I used back in the day, but it's just data. It's just data. What personal? Anything he posts, I'll post same type of content. So as in,
But like, for example, do you use it to message on a personal level? Sometimes you do, as in like you message.
do you?
No, I don't even get notifications.
Okay, I
on
don't
purpose,
personally, I don't.
yeah.
No, you do, as in like.
I don't.
Okay, so moving on.
Yeah, so I can't say like a lot of people. I don't know why I don't want to say this, but I don't get notifications on it. So if I don't respond to your message,
Smart.
I just don't get.
Neither
it.
do I.
But if someone
Like,
does,
if I go in it, if I
You
go
know how
in
the
it,
app to get
and then I'll
notifications
see your
in the first place.
notification.
Yeah.
I never had it before.
let me put it to you another way. Can people access you through Instagram?
Yeah, they can.
They
But it'll
can.
take longer.
It'll take longer.
Yeah, much longer.
But Twitter's a bit faster.
Yeah, no.
Twitter's
I get
faster.
notifications.
So if you do want to message,
No, don't message me.
Yassine.
Sorry.
No, his
ask
Twitter's
him
not
a
gonna
question.
Please.
His
To
Twitter's
ask him
not
a
gonna last
question.
long. The Twitter's not gonna last long. Don't worry.
What?
You won't be able to contact him on Twitter for very much longer anyway. If you want to
Yeah,
contact him,
I've
it's gonna be an
recently
hour.
started-
Otherwise, it's gonna.
started airing people, subhanallah, and I'm kind of go, wallah, the only reason
He
I
doesn't
can't
hate
air
anyone.
people is because that red dot. I hate it after pressing it, and then when I press on it, the person sees I see it, so I have to respond to them. That's the only reason I can't air
What
people.
red dot?
He's
That
talking about the
red
notification, the little number one,
Where?
or the little red
On
one
everything,
in front of
on
the
anything.
message.
I have to take off the red dot.
it's
On
blue.
Instagram.
It's blue
Everything, everything.
on
On Instagram, alhamdulillah,
on
I got
Instagram it's
notifications,
blue,
it's the
and
good thing about
on
it.
and
On
WhatsApp
Instagram-
it's blue.
Oh no, it's not blue. It's red.
On WhatsApp.
Yeah. I'm talking about the
Bruh.
red dot on the
Yeah.
app, man. I'm talking about
Oh, you mean on the actual homepage?
Everything, yeah.
That little red dot.
I have to
I
get rid of it.
think you meant in the app.
Yeah. See,
Oh,
that's-
you got
What about that red
OCD.
dot there?
yeah, that happened this morning.
Bro, can I tell
This
you?
morning, I'm trying to.
Can I tell you
I
something?
need it.
Wait, wait, wait.
What about your software update?
You
You
know-
got a red
you know you
dot
can
on
turn that
settings.
off.
I press it every time. I go there.
Bro,
I
you know you
press
can turn that
OK
off.
There's a backup, and then I press not now.
Did you know?
Wow.
Yeah, I can't. So
You know, I've got like
Did
a-
you know that you can turn it off?
Yeah, so I turned off
The badge.
Instagram. That's why I'm turning off Instagram.
Okay, good,
On
yeah,
Instagram
yeah,
stuff,
good,
I don't
yeah.
get it. I never get it.
Good, nice.
So that's the
Wow.
good thing about it.
Read that.
Ooh, yeah, that's how it give me
8,406.
give me anxiety.
Are those emails?
Look at my email.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Bro,
yeah.
emails, I have to open it.
Even on
Yeah,
WhatsApp,
open everything.
115 unread.
But that's why on WhatsApp I put groups on mute,
Wow.
so I don't get it. If any of this thing is an important message,
Wow.
it's the brothers making the thing.
Yeah,
I love that.
you would not like to see mine right now.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
only one.
So, Instagram.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry, I was saying that, but I'm gonna start airing people because I started like I'm getting used to it now. It's a bit better now. Like sometimes just like I can't take this anymore. I put it somewhere.
Oh, you're reaching that stage.
Yeah,
Finally,
man. May Allah
we-
protect
we,
you.
we
man.
were discussing this with
Finally.
Adam recently, and he was saying like he was pushing the narrative that like no, that you should like people you're in the
They
public,
need you.
people need you. You should and we were saying to him, okay, cool. Like right now, you're saying that. Give it time.
Yeah.
Once it gets to a point where it's just like
you're trying to read,
you
and
can't
someone
do it.
messages
That's
you,
what I'm
you're
saying.
trying to-
That's what I'm
Ah.
saying. Like
Yeah, I'm getting.
everyone learns that. Like at the beginning, everyone's like that. Like I'm here for you,
Yeah.
man.
I'm here for the
What's
people.
mine is yours.
Yeah.
Like, take it. But it gets to the point where it's just like, yo, listen, we got to build a fence.
It's too much, man.
Yeah.
Subhanallah. May Allah protect us.
I mean. Okay, so what are some of the harms of Instagram that are not necessarily specific to Instagram, but prevalent in Instagram that make it unique to the others? Who wants to go in? Who's got the most experience? Who wants to talk about Instagram?
Definitely not me.
No one wants to talk?
I never really went in on this.
Okay, so one thing that we've mentioned on the previous one, which was Snapchat, which we touched on, but I feel like is more, is the whole issue of, like,
Lowering the gaze.
we can discuss that.
I think that's a big issue on Instagram.
If you want to go to that first?
It's pictures, isn't it?
Yeah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, ma ba'd. Instagram combined between two things. A place to display your beauty and a place to observe beauty. Whether it be beauty of food, the beauty of your house, the landscape, or faces. I think the whole selfie culture, it blew up because of Instagram, right? It blew up because of Instagram. And people take this very lightly. I want to speak to the sisters primarily right now. You know, the whole concept of, you know, tabarruj, which is to display your beauty for the public. Wallahi, it's you know, nowadays sisters take this as something very lightly. Wallahi, it's a major sin. And it's a major sin that is, number one, public. So remember, all sins are forgiven except for those that you publicize. And number three, it's not just one sin. It would have been a major sin for you to just put it out once. But every person who sees it and likes it, then gets inspired by it, and then makes one of their own. And then they inspire others. You're going to carry all of that on the day of judgment. You know what I'm saying? You're going to carry all of that, wallahi. It's a very big thing. It's a very big thing. And also on the flip side, you know, lowering the gaze. It's very hard on Instagram because, you know, people are just popping up, uploading things. You have no control over what they upload. You follow them. It just pops up on your feed. You go to the explore page, it just pops up on your feed. You know what I'm saying? You might not even be involved in any of that stuff and someone starts DMing you some madness. You can't control, you know what I'm saying? So your eyes are always subject to evil things. And we wonder why people sin so much. You know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, قُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ يَغُضُّ مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ وَيَحْفَظُوا فُرُوجَهُم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told the believing men, He said, say to the believing men, to lower your gaze and protect your private parts. Notice that Allah said, lower your gaze, and then He said, protect your private parts. Meaning you only fornicated with a girl because what happened? You looked at her first. Do you see? You looked at her first. Now, it may not be that you fornicated with that same girl, but you look at a girl, it gets you excited now. Or maybe you didn't look at that girl, got you excited, but you know, the 10th girl you saw, this one, you know, kicked your hormones into action. Okay, maybe you didn't. So you then now it's gonna set off a domino effect for you to seek out the end result of that sin. Because when you look at something, the end result is to seek the pleasure of it. Does that make sense? Some people do it by actually fornicating, and some people do it by pornography. How many people scrolling through Instagram see something, and next thing you know, he's on a porn website. Do you know what I'm saying? And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, ذَلِكَ أَزْكَى. That's purer for you. Meaning to lower your gaze is purer for you. Meaning your heart is impure now. The more you look, the heart is getting sick. The heart is becoming tainted. It's becoming tainted and tainted and tainted and tainted. You know what I'm saying? Your heart is sick. Like it's people on Instagram, well, I got sick hearts. We got sick hearts, man. We have to be real. We have contaminated our hearts. Like you will not go to a place where people have corona. Why? Because you're worried your body's gonna get infected. But Instagram, your heart is getting affected. It's either getting infected because you're looking at, you know, we were told to lower our gaze from three things. From the opposite gender, that which is inside people's houses, and a dunya which is in people's hands. From that which people possess. Instagram is the place where you look at the opposite genders, that which is inside people's houses, and all of the wonders that they possess. So your heart is filled with it. Remember, the ears and the eyes are the gateway to the heart. So it fills up the heart, and you know what I'm saying? So if all day you're looking at dunya, you're looking at opposite gender, you just crave these things, you want these things, and when you're looking, it's a sin. What that affects you, destroys your heart. And Allah didn't leave the women out of this. The women were also told, وَقُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنَاتِ يَغْضُضْنَ مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِنْ. Tell the believing women, lower your gaze. They look at men as well. Men uploading pictures of themselves, going gym, you know what I'm saying? They're showing their aura, you know, in their boxes, you know what I'm saying? You know what it is? For the women, the dunya is a fitnah. So men are uploading cars and clothes and this and that. That's getting to the women. The women, for the men, the women are the fitnah. So women are uploading pictures of themselves. You know what I'm saying? So women have to lower their gaze from the men and also from the dunya. Men have to lower their gaze from the dunya and also from the girls. You know what I'm saying? And then Allah said, وَيَحْفَظْنَ فُرُوجَهُنَّ, and protect your private parts. The point here is you wonder why you keep messing up with girls. You got Instagram, bro. You wonder why you keep falling into a guy's bed, my sister. Instagram. You wonder why you keep chatting to guys and you can't get away from guys, and you keep seeking validation from guys. It's because it's you're on Instagram. You're in the place where that is what the process is. Do you know what I'm saying? And interesting, when it came to the men, Allah said, ذَلِكَ أَزْكَى لَهُم, that's purer for you. That is lakum, afwan. ذَلِكَ أَزْكَى لَكُم, that's purer for you. For the women, Allah didn't say that's purer for you. He didn't say it. Because men have more of an inclination to have the fitna of women in terms of wanting to look. Do you know what I'm saying? Rather, what Allah said to the women was, وَلَا يُبْدِينَ زِينَتَهُنْ, don't put your beauty out there. Men were told, lower your gaze and protect your private parts, pure for you. Women were told, lower your gaze, protect your private parts. And what? Your job is don't put your beauty out there. Do you know what I'm saying? And just the fa'idah that I came across, zina, what is this? Exposing your beauty. Some women think it means, her makeup and her face or whatever have you. Sheikh Muhammad al-Amin al-Shanqiti had a powerful, he's got his tafsir, Adwa al-Bayan. What makes it special is that he does tafsir of Quran bil Quran. He follows the themes within the Quran and whatever have you, right? So when he came to this ayah, he mentioned zina, because remember there's a discussion amongst scholars, right? Is it niqab that's obligatory? Or is it that jilbab is obligatory? You see? So it's just a nice fa'idah. It's not a conclusive answer to the question. But he said, when you look up the word zina in the Quran, every time when it comes to describe something, i.e. beauty, adornments, when you look at the word beauty in the Quran, it doesn't come to ever describe the actual thing itself. It comes to describe something that's outside of that essence. Like for example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Al-Mulk about the sky, وَلَقَدْ زَيَّنَّا السَّمَاءَ الدُّنْيَا, we have beautified, we've adorned the sky of this world. How? بِمَصَابِيحَ, with stars. The stars are not, they emit, they're kharij an that, they are out of the sky, as in they're in the sky, but it's not the sky itself. Do you understand? The stars are not the sky. The stars are something extra on the sky. So then he brings all the verses in the Quran where zina is used to show that it's talking about the beauty beauty of something.
Yani?
Say that again?
Yeah, we're going to come to ziyada, innit?
Yeah,
That's the point
as
we're trying to make
in it's not your beauty. So then the argument the Shaykh is making is that when Allah said to the women, don't reveal your beauty, don't expose your beauty, it's not talking about their face or their skin or their body. Because beauty in the Quran is referred to that which is extra on you. So he said this is referring to clothing. As in, don't go out there with nice clothing. Don't expose your beautiful libas. Don't expose your nice, colorful outfits and all of that. That's what this ayah is talking about. As for covering the face, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, يا أيها النبي قل لأزواجك وبناتك ونساء المؤمنين يدنين عليهن بجلابيبهن. Told them to wear
من جلاب.
من جلابيبهن. بارك الله فيك. I always make that mistake. من جلابيبهن. To tell the believing women to cover, to take jilbab, draw it over them, to wrap it around them, to cover their body. That's that. That's what that verse is telling you. Don't expose skin or whatever. And if you look at the way the Salaf explained that ayah, I mean, there's a discussion on it, but strong view that it's niqab. Do you know what I'm saying? But even if you don't take the view that it's niqab, I'm saying even that verse is not talking about face. Like the point I'm making is your face, your beauty, your makeup, your personal, your inherent physical beauty
Shouldn't be out there anyway.
already, that's not even up for discussion. That ayah is talking about don't expose your clothing, your beautiful, nice clothes, sister. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what it's talking about. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what Sheikh Muhammad al-Amin al-Shanqiti is arguing. Let alone your face, my sister. Let alone putting makeup on. Let alone doing all of these things. You know what I'm saying? And the shocking part is that at the end of the ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, but women, the women in those days used to have anklets that they used to strike together to what? To make a sound, to lure the men in. They can't even do that. You can't even make a sound to attract the men. Do you understand? So what makes you think that you can come out there and expose your beauty? I'm saying you can't even make a sound. This ayah is talking about things that are kharij an that. The beauty that's outside the woman's inherent physical beauty. The sound that she will make. That's not part of her actual beauty. That's something extra she's doing. The clothing that she wears. Do you know what I'm saying? Perfume. It's extra stuff. Extra. If that's not allowed, of course, how can you think that the actual beauty that you have is allowed to come up with it? You know what I'm saying? And you put it on social media. And it's very bad. And also, men, it's not just that you're lowering your gaze from the woman's essence, from her face. You're even lowering it from her clothing. Do you know what I'm saying? You're not even allowed to look at her clothes. How do you think you can look? You even if she was wearing a dress. Pay attention. You know the dresses that women used to wear in them days. You know they were loose. Like what did the Somali dress? Bati, huh? Like come on, that's a very loose dress. Like
That's what they wear at home.
Huh?
That's what they wear at
So
home.
what they wear at home. Like in Pakistan, shalwar kameez, not the new modern ones that are very tight, but you know the classic ones that our mothers used to, probably wear at home. The very loose ones. You know what I'm saying? You can't even see the body shapes and them things. That can't be seen. You can't even look at that. Do you know what I'm saying? The discussion of jilbab, niqab, bro, that's a different discussion, akhi. It's not up for discussion. But you're coming out there pointing everything. Wallah, it's dangerous, man. And you're looking at it and you're exposing it. And then, wallah, fitnah, fasad, man.
Barakallahu feek, man. What are your thoughts?
بسم الله الحمد لله وأصلي وأسلم على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه ما بعد. So okay, so if I was to carry on from the point of Imran, if you look at the ayah in the Quran when Allah says قل للمؤمنين يغضوا من أبصارهم ويحفظوا فروجهم ذلك أزكى لهم. That's more pure for them. ذلك أزكى لهم. It's لهم.
It's lahum, right? Yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah, it's لهم.
Yeah.
ذلك أزكى لهم. That's more pure for them. طيب, and in the same, Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah, he brings a connection between that ayah and the ayah of Ayatul Nur. The ayah
Ibn
of
Qayyim,
Nur.
is it? Or is it
Ibn Taymiyyah and Ibn Qayyim, both of them.
Okay.
They mentioned
نور السماوات والأرض.
نور السماوات والأرض, but مدارج السالكين, Ibn Qayyim mentions, and you have a مجموع الفتاوى, Ibn Taymiyyah mentions that too.
Wow.
You see that the ayah of Nur is talking about the light that's in the heart of the believer. Allah gives the example. Like, obviously, you can't give a whole speak about the whole ayah in detail here, but there's a talk I done a long time ago. I don't remember.
It's a knowledge college.
It's a knowledge college, yeah. It's on the knowledge college YouTube. So the light,
We'll link it below.
inshallah, the link below. The light that's being spoken about here is the light that's inside the heart of the believer of guidance, the light of guidance, with which he sees the truth from falsehood, with which he is able to stay away from sins, with which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives him basira, insight. So from that comes knowledge, and comes iman, level of iman,
Wisdom.
even comes firasa.
And just aql.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Wisdom and aql, yani wisdom and also having an intellect, being intellectual. So this lowering the gaze or looking at something that's haram, it affects this light that's inside that heart. So that's why Ibn Qayyim, when he mentions the benefits of lowering the gaze, which a talk I done on yesterday on Instagram Live, that he mentioned these 10 benefits. And a lot of them, they're connected to the light that's inside the heart. Let me give you an example. A person's ability to tell the truth from falsehood is tainted when he looks at evil. Because when you look at that evil, that glass that's mentioned in the Ayatul Nur, that glass is tainted with that sin. The heart, the outside of the heart.
The glass is metaphor for the heart.
Yeah, it's metaphorically for the the heart. That is basically the heart, yeah. And the iman that is the light that's inside of it, the guidance is inside of it. So that's tainted. So now your heart, the guidance, it becomes, imagine a black dot. Imagine get a lamp, and it was crystal clean, a crystal, and you put a light inside it. You see, it's like a star, right? How bright the light is. So now imagine putting a dirt on you smudge a little bit of dirt on the glass.
Mm-hmm.
What happens? That light becomes less, right?
Or you tint it. Yeah.
Yeah, tinting it, yeah, all of that basically. But a piece of dirt comes on the heart. This guidance now is no longer able to work in the way that it used to work. For example, so you might the practical application of this is, look into yourself, my brother or my sister. How confused are you? How much is your heart generally just not focused? You can't focus. Your heart's not focused on things. That's because of a lot of times because you weren't lowering your gaze. You're looking at things that are haram, whether it be the opposite gender, whether it be looking at just absolute things that are just generally haram, watching movies, things like that. You get it? These things, they taint the heart, and it practically for you, it takes away that sense of focus when it comes to guidance. It takes away also from you the ability to seek knowledge. You're not able to memorize the way you used to memorize. You're not able to understand the mas'ala. Imagine you ask yourself, why am I not able to understand an issue on something that I'm trying to understand? A lot of times it's because of your sin. And one of the worst sins that has that effect is looking at something that's haram. Another thing is that what Ibn Qayyim mentions is the firasa, al-imaniyya. Firasa is a concept of a person having the ability to see someone through heart. You know how we see through eyes, right? The ability to see someone from heart to heart. You see how his heart is. Now, I'm not saying this is some magic or all that kind of stuff, but it's something like Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu was known for. Umar ibn Khattab, a man would walk in and he said, this person he's just done something evil. This person, he's an evil man. This person's a good person. Hopefully this person's going this place. Imam Shafi'i was into it, but also Imam Shafi'i was in, there's two types of firasa. Al-firasa al-imaniyya based on your iman. And also there's a firasa which you can learn. Anyone can learn it. Something that's learnt. Books, Imam Shafi'i will learn it.
And they clocked the guy who stole something in the haram.
Yeah, he stole something in the haram and he was panicked. He said this person he stole, his hand was cut off.
Yeah.
And he came to him and said, this person stole this and that. And he was caught and he was told him the whole story of what happened of this man he stole. And he came and he said, yes, that's exactly what happened. But again, that was based on firasa. It has both iman and also knowledge, what he learnt. So it takes away that insight in a person's heart. It just makes a person depressed. It makes a person sad. It makes your heart weak. So that effect of that light, the effect of what you see on that light in the heart is really deep. That person needs to really, it should make someone scared of looking at haram because of what it can affect you. That's one point that subhanAllah really
the point that you made at the beginning, I think maybe I interrupted you so you didn't express it, that this ayatul nur about the light of the heart comes after the ayah of the command to lower the gaze.
Yeah, same surah, a few pages after.
Same surah and literally a couple of verses later.
Yeah.
So Ibn Qayyim said the fact that Allah mentioned lowering the gaze
and connected it to the heart,
and
light
then
of the
after
heart.
that he said the light of the heart, and he said from that if you lower the gaze, light of the heart will be present, if not be taken away.
And this is why it says ذَلِكَ أَزْكَى لَهُمْ, is purifying for them, purifying of your heart. The fact that you're not looking is purifying for your heart, right? And purifying it from a lot of things. One of the things as well, which is a benefit, I remember that time when you were walking in the area.
East London,
the Ilford. It was
no, it wasn't Ilford, but it was where the cemetery is.
I don't know. There's mansions anyway. There were big houses.
What's it called? Cemetery.
So about Gardens of Peace, Hainault.
Okay.
Chigwell.
We were walking Hainault.
Okay, we're walking there, and we see big houses. And we're looking at it, and you think, subhanAllah, I mentioned a benefit, which is some of the scholars, especially the Hanabila, they mentioned that when in Kitab al-Nikah, in Kitab al-Nikah, on the rulings of Nikah, they mention what you're allowed to look at, what you're not to look at. The first thing you're allowed to look at your family members. You're not allowed to look at a woman who's not related to you if there's a need in it. So 8 different types of looking. And then some of the Hanabila, they add one thing, which is that they say it is also disliked for a person to look at mata'ul hayati dunya, the things of this dunya that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to the kuffar, like big houses and big cars and all of this flashy kind of things. Why? Because it puts in a person's heart that love for that thing, that love for that dunya. So imagine what you look at, it affects your heart in terms of how you love of that dunya. So what about looking at something that's haram for you to look at in the first place? What effect that's going to have in the heart? Allah says, وَلَا تَمُدَّنَّ عَيْنَيْكَ إِلَى مَا مَتَّعْنَا بِهِ أَزْوَاجًا مِّنْهُمْ زَهْرَةَ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا لِنَفْتِنَهُمْ فِيهِ. That this thing that we've been giving them, don't extend your eyes to it. وَلَا تَمُدَّنَّ عَيْنَيْكَ إِلَى مَا مَتَّعْنَا بِهِ. What we've given them for the enjoyment of this beautification of this hayat dunya, the life of this world. And he says, لِنَفْتِنَهُمْ فِيهِ, because it's a test for them. This thing that we begin is just a test for them. And it says, وَرِزْقُ رَبِّكَ خَيْرٌ وَأَبْقَى. And the rizq of Allah, the provision that Allah is going to give to you, is better and even more everlasting. So, person looking at that kind of stuff makes him really want it. You know, everyone knows you're on Instagram scrolling. I saw a page on houses, and I found myself scrolling. And like, wow, it's a nice house. You're actually scrolling.
So you do use Insta?
Huh? No. I was on it. I don't use it like that. Like, imagine if I'm on it, I see it.
I know.
So you see the house, and you're like, wow, subhanAllah, it's a big house. And you realize, subhanAllah, it
puts something in you.
It puts it inside your heart.
That's one of the driving points for Instagram.
I think that's the next big thing to talk about on Instagram.
Which is
it's just fake lives and expectations and all that. But before we do that, I just want to mention, that day, it's one of my favorite memories with you. You know that, right?
MashaAllah, yeah, me too.
Like from the train journey, all the way to the house.
It's a long walk as well.
Long walk, alive.
Yeah.
That day I almost gave up that one.
Yeah.
See why? It's just side point to just ease the tension in the room. We was on the train and it was on the tube. It was on the...
Why is the tension in the room?
Yeah.
No, it's a tense moment, isn't it? Or it's just me, I feel mad tense.
Why did you feel tense?
Talk about lowering the gaze, everything, harams, like, you know, everything, just can't lie.
Serious situation.
That's
Yeah.
tense for you?
Serious.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's,
mean
it's
serious.
like the state of the ummah, the kids.
Oh, okay.
Lies.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
I thought we were all on the same wave.
I think maybe
No, I mean,
tense is the wrong
it's
word. I
yeah,
think tense is the
yeah,
wrong
that's what
word.
I'm saying.
Serious.
Yeah, to me, okay. Yeah, right. Anyway,
Mm.
lighten the mood a bit. Basically, was on the journey, innit? So these times is before he was on social media or had videos or whatever have you, innit? So I remember, we was on the red line. What's it called? Central line.
Central line.
And I remember I was stressed.
Oh yeah, that day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was stressed. He went, sat down normally on the tube.
I was smiling.
Normally, me, I was thinking, wait, no, I have to be careful where I sit, because where I sit, it might be on an angle where someone take a picture, they might catch me where there's a girl in the picture, and they might try to make it seem like I'm sitting with a girl, and you know, and I'm standing holding the thing, and I'm like, wait, there's a woman here, and even though I'm not close to her, I'm far away from, but I was just thinking, like, what if someone sees me and they assume that I'm talking to a woman, or and he's just there, like, you know how he is.
Yeah. Well,
He's looking at me. You okay?
yeah.
That day, I looked at him.
If he wasn't a Londoner, Yassine would be one of those guys who says hello to people on the train.
Yeah.
Like, hey, how you doing? How's your day going
No,
today,
look
sir?
at this. Look at this.
Yeah, we're reading the newspapers today. What do you think about
it
this?
hit me. It hit me, yeah. It hit me that day. I said, this guy's at peace of mind.
Mm,
He doesn't have to worry.
yeah.
He doesn't have any ops.
Mm.
He doesn't have to think people are trying to catch him.
Yeah.
Like, and
All that crud you've been talking about East London, yeah. What's gonna happen to you, mate?
No, I don't talk about this.
No, that little, West London is the place. London is the best in the West, and West is the best part of London.
I've never said that.
Yeah, bro.
No, it's my
Often.
preference because I live here, but I've never said it's the best. Astaghfirullah. I've never said
Okay,
that.
whatever, fine,
I've never said that.
fine.
There's one place
I
where I
don't
said-
want to bring it out.
There's
It's
one
long,
place that I
whatever,
said
you
is the
can take it.
worst.
You can have it.
I won't mention it, but it wasn't East. Anyway, the point I'm making is that that was that day.
Yeah, I remember. That,
If Stad didn't took me out of it, I was gone that day.
yeah, I remember you said this to me. I'm gonna leave social media. I was like, okay. I was thinking, what should I say? Should I say yes or no?
No, you were like, yeah, I think it'd be good.
I was cut. No. I was like, bro, yeah. Definitely, social media is bad, this and that, all that kind of stuff. But I wasn't coming from the angle to leave it, because in my head, I still remember what I was thinking in my head. In my head, I'm thinking, okay, he can leave, which benefit. He can benefit himself. He can do whatever. He can, you can do more things. But then I think there's brothers that will benefit. We're going to Umrah and stuff. I was kind of, I don't know.
You
We're going
were,
to
but it wasn't
Umrah.
like-
We're still benefiting brothers, innit?
Now you'll get clocked on the train, innit?
Yeah, but I don't mind. I'm still calm. Don't worry.
Trust me.
Alhamdulillah. I'm still calm. I take a train. I'm calm still.
Have you been clocked?
Yeah, once my brother said, I had the mask in it. I had the mask on. My brother.
No, it's not fair right now because obviously it's lockdown season, innit? As in,
Mm-mm.
you're bait now.
I don't think I'm that bait. But even if I'm bait, I don't mind, to be honest. I'm not paranoid like that. Alhamdulillah.
Oh,
I die.
wait till it comes to you,
That's-
brother. Wait till it comes to you.
Have you been clocked?
Me?
Yeah.
Clocked how?
As in what we just described, like you're out just running errands, for
Every now and
example.
To be honest, I don't really leave my area much, as I think. I don't leave my area where I am. So everyone, like where I am, my masjid, everyone.
That's what I'm saying. That's
knows
not me.
each other
That's
anyways.
alhamdulillah. That's why I don't get clocked.
Yes, I
Because
don't.
I live my life within a 200-meter radius.
Yeah. Basically.
Work, house, masjid. All within a
Basically.
200-meter radius.
So everyone already knows you. So it's not
Maybe
like
300 meters.
it's not like new people.
Oh, clocked in Istanbul. It was the weirdest thing.
Where?
One Somali brother in Istanbul.
Istanbul.
Yeah, Istanbul in Turkey.
Oh, Turkey.
I was with my father-in-law just walking, and the guy I can't remember what he said to me. He said something to do with Nasiya sessions. I was like, oh, yeah, something. It's just
And
weird.
your father-in-law was there like, oh.
He
That's what
was
it is then.
he was a bit confused. I don't think he even clocked like I mean, maybe he thought the guy was trying to ask for directions or something. I don't know. But
Oh,
it
yeah,
just-
you've been got. Oh.
it was a weird one.
The only time I get clocked normally is the only time I got clocked was when I'm coming here, because normally I'm in my area, so I don't get clocked. Like it's just, and everyone, whoever sees me knows me already.
Yeah.
But when I'm coming here, I got clocked. That's the only time.
Okay, so should we move
Have
on
you
to the next point?
The worst was, back in
Yeah.
when we used to do the
But
Abu
not
Jeff.
often. To be honest, the last time
That's
I-
what I mean, you stop in it.
One
The
time I
last
walked
I
into
ever got
uni,
clocked proper
into
was,
a
like,
prayer
2
room.
years
So I'm
ago.
like, hey, Abu
3 years
Jeff!
ago.
I was like, yo,
Remember.
man.
If you remember Abu Jeff, comment below. You're
That
a
was the
veteran.
peak days.
If you remember Abu Jeff right now, comment below. You're a veteran.
Astaghfirullah.
What was the point of making it?
So Dunya.
Oh,
So
yeah,
looking at-
train,
looking at the
so we're
dunya.
looking at the houses. I didn't even mention that. Yeah, so I saw the
No,
houses.
you made the point, yeah.
we made the point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is actually a very good segue into the whole point of Instagram anyway, because I mean, when we were speaking earlier on the previous episode about Snapchat, Abu Bakr was making the point that Instagram, Instagram is like a snapshot, like it's like a specifically planned, by design moment to get that one picture or that one video. I've realized that I'm just speaking to the camera now. So it's that one moment, it's that one, picture, video that everyone's trying to get, they design the moment to get there. And I actually think that's a huge issue. It's actually related directly to what you mentioned, because as a result, it changes your expectation for those things. Do you get it? Like, for example, you guys, when you go Umrah, you're there like, there's guys there and they're like, oh, I'm in front of the Kaaba, I'm not crying.
Yeah.
It's because he has an expectation based on other people's experiences. So people, they're like, oh yeah, I went and it was the most emotional moment of my life. I was crying for 2 days. Every time I look at the Kaaba, my eyes start. And he's there like, oh, but that doesn't mean there's no virtue there. There's no value. He's still getting something out of it, but maybe just doesn't have that same emotional connection.
Can I
Similarly for other things, just like when people get married, go traveling, move to a different place, get a car, all these things. I'm saying that what happens is now your expectation is based around what is popular for the algorithm. Like what the algorithm favors is what you're looking for. The algorithm is what tells you. And to be honest, that's a theme across all these social medias. We haven't really mentioned it, but it will come to it properly on the YouTube one. Which is like every plate of food has to look like this. Well, not like this, but around this kind of thing. Every sunset has to look something like this. Every car has to sound something like that. And that's all based on what you look at, like we're mentioning. And it changes your perception. And from then on, even though the moment is actually great, it's actually brilliant. It's actually if you didn't have these preconceived notions, you wouldn't have any reason to doubt how much you're enjoying this time. But because now you've based it on so many other people who have posted, and that's actually, we're going to talk about the purity of the post in its essence, but so many other people have posted, it's like now I'm not feeling the same, so it's not the same moment, when it could have been something brilliant, something great, innit? And the next point is the people who you're taking this sample set from, this sample size or whatever, those people have made, like I said before, designed that moment, that picture, that video. It was supposed to be like that. They did it in favor of, like we mentioned before, the algorithm. It wasn't even, it may not even be true to how they were feeling at the time, or anything like that. It's all for likes and followers and clout. Like I said, we'll touch on the clout thing later, but you know what I mean. Yeah. So that's actually one of the big
the expectation thing, is a big killer, because as I'm saying, like people, they live certain moments through other people's filters. And I intended to use that pun there. Like what they put up on social media is filtered, as in it's created. That picture, that video, that message, that post, that caption. I'm telling you, as a social media guy myself, who deals with social media influencers regularly, who knows many social media influencers who've told me this many a time, right? That they basically have to create the most like banging post. Does that make sense? No. So that's with even mundane things like just the breakfast that they eat, or doing this or doing that, or a holiday or whatever have you. So if you want to, for example, what happens when someone wants to travel? For example, let's say they want to travel to the Maldives. What they're going to do is they're going to go look at all the people who are traveling to Maldives. They're going to find people who've traveled to Maldives, or certain influencers that they know that went to Maldives. They're going to go back, look at their posts or whatever have you. So they've lived that holiday through
vicariously through other people.
Vicariously through other people. So wow. But they don't realize it's been filtered. That picture don't look like that. It's been filtered. That moment wasn't really like that. It was they recorded it 3-4 times. That caption really doesn't represent the reality of what they were feeling.
Basically, it's like catfishing en masse. Like they don't even realize, but that moment has been catfished now. It's not just a person who's catfished now. It's like that moment. You don't even know the reality of it.
Do you know what I'm saying? And the problem is that when you go there, you're disappointed. And that's why I feel like a lot of people are disappointed with their lives now. They're disappointed with marriage. They're disappointed with work. They're disappointed with their holidays. They're disappointed with Umrah. They're disappointed with even coming to a class. You come to a class, the imagery you see, the brotherhood, everything. Like there's one brother who like put this post up on Instagram. He was so upset because when he came to the classes, he didn't see the brotherhood. And I honestly believe it's because he built up an expectation based on what he saw on social media. He saw everyone's coming, brotherhood, but like that doesn't mean like as in there is brotherhood, and of course we're showing it to bring you here, but as in it's not like the moment you walk in everyone's your friend. Like, there's an effort that has to be made. Hey, salaam alaikum. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like you're just gonna sit in the corner and suddenly
all
everyone's
of a sudden
your brother.
the friends now.
Like even if it's not like, oh, you came to the masjid and because you see pictures of people writing notes in class, suddenly you're gonna become a student of knowledge as well. Like those expectations are there. And what a big place, what is marriage.
Our fault then.
Huh?
Is that our fault?
Like,
think so.
like as in we don't go out of
It is.
no, but the thing is we don't go out of our way to beautify those moments.
Yeah, but
But I'm saying like even it's there. Like as in
The
But
effect
I
it
think
happens.
that's one of the things in it about social media in general, but also specifically Instagram, is that only the best parts are shown.
Yeah.
best parts of
People only see that 1%, and they think that's your whole. Like, even you see it, like you said, in terms of like people's marriage and stuff like that, whatever it might be, is that people think that influencers live this amazing.
You know the best
extreme life.
example, and this is what I was coming to, because remember that Instagram couple that everyone thought was like an amazing, like you see me, I'm a
Yeah.
firm believer, and I've always preached this, and you always hear me say it in relationship goals that marriage ain't what it seems, and this concept of what Hollywood, Bollywood, PS I love you, PS Notebook, I love you John, whatever is what they sold you was not real. Like no real relationship or romance works like that. You know what I'm saying? But even me, I remember when I saw that one couple online, I was like, wow. Like, you can, you can actually have. I always had a disagreement with some of the things that they were doing, but in terms of their relationship, I was like, I actually think they might actually be really in love. Like, as in, this might.
Wait, so you're saying you can't be in love?
No,
No,
but to
he's
that
talking.
level, I'm saying
He's talking about the
No, I
image that they
think-
put across on social
Yeah,
media.
this like-
He's
as in-
talking
I
about-
think it is possible to have that. I don't
No.
think that's impossible to
No.
have.
No, he means
no, but the image without no problems, no nothing. It's just always cute and lovely and like. Do you understand? As in the way it was portrayed.
Yeah.
it was
As in-
portrayed in such a way, and it was so bad compared to how it was portrayed.
Yeah, like it was so clean. But then look at what was behind that skeleton. Look at what was in the man's closet.
But I'm saying that's just. But I'm
No,
saying,
you're misunderstanding me.
No.
Let me just clarify.
No,
I don't.
I wasn't
He's
even
actually
gonna.
misunderstanding you.
I'm
No,
Okay,
you
I'm
are,
not
you are,
saying
you
that
are,
you can't
you
be
are.
lovely.
I
You
never
are.
said that.
Okay, I felt like you were.
Let
I
me-
was trying to push. I wasn't trying to say that.
Let me finish.
Okay, so-
What's your
what I
opposition?
was going to say. No, I was just going to say that's an extreme example. Someone was extremely there and was extremely here.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
saying even amongst normal,
Yeah.
like I'm saying we've had influencers who you guys would probably look up to and be like, wow, these guys like email in or message in saying, like I need help, like my relationship's peak. And you're thinking like
And on social media, it's like, yo, I love my wife. Just made a breakfast.
that's what I'm saying. Like
No
and
way.
on social media, it's like
Mad thing.
it's one thing that's being shown, but behind the scenes, trust me, every single person's got skeletons in their closet. Everyone goes through issues. Every marriage
Yeah,
has.
there was one brother who's like putting out his marriage, everything after he got married. His wife actually messaged me saying, "I want out of this relationship."
No way. Oh,
Yeah, like as in, bro, it's very fake.
Yeah.
You do it because it's kind of like an expectation. My friend got married, he did it, so I have to do it. And no one's gonna put their.
It's like a narrative that you've subscribed to, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I remember one couple it happened to. One of the members of the relationship actually said to me, "Yo, this person even puts out stuff on social media about our relationship, and I'm telling you, it's a shambles at home. I don't even know why he's doing it." Do you know what I'm saying? So, but it's that expectation, and you know what it does? Forget them. Like they're a different story. The influencers who do this stuff.
It's the people who
It's the
believe it's
people who
real.
believe
Yeah.
it to be real,
Yeah.
and then
And
their
they want to
relationship-
implement it in their
and
relationship
their relationships get mashed up. You know what I'm saying?
because they want it to be
They have an
how.
expectation.
Yeah,
what I'm
like me
saying.
and my wife have this
False
conversation a
expectation.
lot. As in, we look at the realness of the moment that we lived and the way it was portrayed. You know what I'm saying? And had we been living it, trying to make that an expectation, well, you wouldn't have enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I told you, this baby thing is a real thing. Like there's couples that have anxiety. They look at other people's babies. Oh, this person's baby rolled over at 6 months, and my baby's 7 months, and it hasn't rolled over yet.
Rolled over.
They do that. They do that on
And it's
social
like-
media. I know they do that in
No,
real life.
as
I've
in-
known of people who do that in real
Rolled
life.
over
Like,
as
I
in
even got people in my family do that.
Yeah,
in real life.
Or it's
a
rolled
big
over like a
milestone,
term
innit?
for-
Like, you know when a baby rolls
Rolled
over?
over, innit?
It's
So
a-
actually, just.
Yeah, it's a big milestone. It's like before they crawl, they learn how
Oh
to roll.
man.
Yeah, it's
I
a big-
thought it was maybe so like it was like a vocab or like
No.
lingo for some
No. And it's like people start comparing then their utes to other people's utes.
Yeah,
when it
bro.
rolled over.
Bro,
yeah, and
it-
it's like,
it-
and it's
Bro, it
like-
gets deeper when
I
they
actually-
first start talking, when they first start walking, when
Talking,
they first
I
start
understand.
crawling.
There was actually
All
one
these
person I
other
spoke to.
I
ones.
said rolled over.
There's actually one person I spoke to come to me.
First cough,
No,
first sneeze.
No, it's actually a big milestone because they don't have this.
They don't have any balance in
Yeah,
it.
it's the first.
Yeah, I don't
Start
know.
moving,
as in-
innit?
Interesting.
As in
Yeah.
before,
I
it's
don't know.
even before sitting up, they roll up. That's the big roll. They're gaining strength, power, ability, balance. You know what I'm saying?
Mad.
Yeah, like they learn to roll over, then they learn to sit, then they learn to like crawl, and then they learn to stand, and they learn to walk. So the point is that this thing I saw, like I remember one person actually come to me and said, "I think my child might have disability issues."
Because he didn't roll over in 7 months.
And I was like, I was like, wait, don't let experts say that it could take up to a year. Like it could be up to a year and it's actually normal. It's not up, but it could be a year before your child sits.
I mean, just
I saw social media, like all these people, their kids are rolling over, they're standing up. Like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? And you can't even enjoy it.
It just takes me back to, you know, like
the moments for you.
Yeah, you know, like when you were younger.
You haven't rolled over yet.
Like when you were younger, like one of the worst things that could happen is that when your parents compare you to your relatives
Cousins.
or
That's
people
the
that they
worst.
know, and it's just like
that is the worst.
like,
Yeah.
you
My
used
parents
to hate it,
didn't do it much.
but now you
yeah.
yourself are doing that without the baby, like Prophet's a baby. Like you're just there comparing it.
6-month-old child
That's what I'm
is
saying.
being not even. You know what the thing is? The kid's not even being compared to its relatives, like cousins. It's being compared to kids that he doesn't even know.
Being exasperated.
Random children in the middle of nowhere.
It's all everything everyone's saying. Yeah, it's like amazing. All of it just solved in the Quran. ولا تمدن عينيك إلى ما متعنا به. Don't look at other people's things.
Yeah.
As well as even one brother, subhanallah, one brother was telling me he came off the streets and had haram stuff, yeah. And he was telling me some akhlaq that they have that's actually good. He said, you don't look at other guys' pockets. I was like, yeah, that's good. That's subhanallah, that's Islamic, you know.
As in like how much money they have.
How much money he's
You
making.
don't ask a guy, yo, how much you make?
Yeah, like we don't look at other people. And this guy's, you know, he was saying that, and I was like, wow, that's a good Islamic akhlaq.
Guys on road are kind of the Arabs, man, the Jahili Arabs.
They have good akhlaq.
Do you want the Bedouins?
Yeah, they know they're good. Like, some
Some of them.
Mannerisms, some of them.
So when it comes to deen, خياركم في الجاهلية خياركم في
I think that's
some of them.
incidental. I think it's coincidental. It doesn't have anything to do with the road, but it's just coincidence.
Of
Do we believe in
Yeah.
coincidence?
Yes.
No, I think it
Yes,
is the road life.
How?
Yeah. What's?
Don't look at man's pockets.
No.
No,
he
I
just
asked
asked a
if it's
different question.
coincidence. Is coincidence something we believe in Islam?
Yeah.
Qadar.
Like everything's
Yeah.
qadar, innit?
Coincidence. Two things can happen. Two incidents can happen together. And they unrelated.
Oh, coincidence.
But
Yeah.
but doesn't coincidence imply
No qadar.
no
Causation,
qadr?
like they can. No, it doesn't imply that at all.
Like
Oh.
luck?
No, it's not luck. Coincidence just means two things happen to coincide. Doesn't necessarily mean that there's a connection. there.
Barakallah fi for that.
Oh, yeah, I didn't realize. I thought it was more like luck.
No.
Like that's a coincidence.
No.
I always
no,
use
no,
with
no.
coincidence.
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't know that.
A star you as well, you know that, right?
Who?
Him. Jesus, he's an A stars, isn't it?
Sorry? I'm an A-star you.
They're both are A youths. You know that,
A-star
right?
you.
You know
Yeah, like, I'm
No,
not.
but so is he.
Oh, yeah, you are as well.
I was gonna
Come on,
say.
mate.
that?
Not really. Not really. I wasn't.
Oh yeah, you're A star you as well, man.
Come on, mate.
Anyways,
A-star you.
Dyslexic.
Man said A-star you.
you. Yeah.
I mean, we are
I
used
wasn't
to
that
compared to him,
smart, though.
innit?
I wasn't that
Sorry,
smart.
stuff. That was disrespectful. Sorry.
No, that's calm.
No, I'm sorry. That was
How old are you?
No, huh?
Just
Yeah,
no,
cut that out
it's
still.
on Child
I
My
don't
Bye.
mind
I told you the thing about Child My Bye is I forget there's a camera rolling and
That's what I'm saying. It's just a relaxed, casual.
yeah, stuff. Sorry.
No, you can say keep that. I like
No,
A-star
it's
you.
ape.
Keep that. Keep that in. A-star you. I
He's
found
gonna
that funny.
change. He's gonna change his Twitter bio. A-star you.
I found that funny because I wasn't the smartest. I was alhamdulillah. I was top set, but I wasn't like
Alhamdulillah. So, Instagram.
A-star.
Yeah, and I think you know what it is. Just come back to that as well. Because of the fact that these people put out this 1% of their amazing life, I believe that could be a reason for the problems in their marriage. Because of what we mentioned earlier in the last
Yes.
episode about evil eye.
100%.
It's not just that it's that you're putting something out there that doesn't represent the reality. You putting it out there is the reason why that's not your reality, because of the fact that there's a million
Right.
people, 100,000 people, 10,000, even 100 people, even
Yes.
one person.
Yes.
One person is enough.
Yes.
You're putting it out there. You're showing it. That's why, you know, there's one thing that I love here. Do you know there's that brother when we were going to an event in I can't remember where it was. We were driving, and I won't mention his name, but he's one of the brothers in the da'wah. MashaAllah, he does a lot of khair as well. And we're in the car, and I think I must have just asked something along the line. It's normal, like, you know, conversation. We must be talking about kids. So I asked him, I was like, yes, actually, so like, how many kids do you have alone? Because I think he mentioned, he must have mentioned something about my youth or something. I was like, how many kids do you have? He goes, act that's personal. You don't ask those kind of questions. But the way he said it,
Oh, okay.
like the way he said it. Okay.
Oh, my
I'm
bad.
sorry, like, I didn't realize, like,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna lie though.
Yeah, no.
Like,
It was out of bounds.
no,
Yeah.
but it wasn't.
100%.
No, like, he didn't do it in a rude way. He
No,
didn't, like,
I'm saying
scold
your
me.
question was
It's just
out of
like-
bounds.
And,
Yeah.
and you know what it is? He's a serious guy as well, innit?
Mm.
Like, you could just talk that a lot
He
better.
looked at me. He's like, hey, that's personal.
He goes, yeah, the way he said it, he's like,
Personal.
you don't ask them kind of questions.
Damn
I
right.
was just like, whoa, like, you know what? I should respect that.
Yeah.
Like, I've got no idea how many kids he has, the gender, whatnot. Like, he fully shut down the door for I to even like there's no keyhole in his door. His door doesn't even have a key. You can't even peek through the keyhole. He's got a vault. He's got a vault.
One time I remember Good asked him, he's like, yo, yeah, you got a 5-year-old you in it? I remember he looked back and said, who told you that, blood? He's like, who told you that?
He's trying to work out like, where's
Who told you that? No. Like he takes it serious. He blocks us. I respect that.
It's very, very good.
I respect that.
And the other thing is he's bringing back something that we've lost, which is that there's privacy in it. This is my family. This is my house. This is my life. Like it's got nothing to like. Nobody who's outside of that should have a right to think that they should know. Like you shouldn't. You don't. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's my life. Like it's got nothing to do.
That's why one thing I love about Alhamdulillah. One thing that we do, and I actually got this from Khaled, and I love it. I find it so liberating. It's weird, like you might not even see it as a big thing, but I really, for me, it's very big. Yeah, like I get a sense of joy because I get a sense of like I'm not part of the crowd and a sense of freedom. We travel a lot in it, and we're always moving around, but no one ever knows. I'm saying even the apart from Umrah, no one knows where we go, and the only other time is because of this ride out. They know we went to Dubai, but look at that.
They don't know all the other times. Dubai, everywhere else
like,
we go.
We had some brothers who were traveling like with us for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, on a social thing, we said to them clearly, don't post anything.
Like, you don't even know
tell anyone where we are.
You know what's funny? That was the first time
no one's allowed to come to the yard.
Before that, it was already understood. Like between us, we didn't have to say it. It wasn't known. It wasn't like it was like an unspoken kind of thing. But this time we had to just make it clear.
Just formalize,
guys, just in case.
But that's
just in case.
Like, you know what it's,
anyone has it mixed up.
It's so like I love that idea of, bro. You don't even know where I am in the world.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm releasing this. I can almost guarantee you.
That when it comes out, I'm not even here.
You don't even know where I am.
Here.
No, I'm saying you don't even know where I am. I could not.
Yeah.
Like this is gonna come out. Time after, like you don't even know what month, what season I'm recording this in.
Yeah.
Maybe you guessed it because of the jacket.
December.
The point I'm mentioning is that, and I love that.
And everyone keeps saying it's cold in here.
2:15 p.m.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
In Hounslow.
But that's what
next to Hounslow Station.
That's what I'm saying.
Unit 4, Inwood Business Centre. TW3 to EB.
Give the
because we're not going to be here. We're getting kicked out.
I mean, you say that, but what if something happens, the contract gets reversed, all that stuff, and we
just cut out.
No, but that's my point though. Like, as in people, but that's the thing. Like, I feel so liberated that I don't have.
There's no leaks.
No, not even leaks. But it's just like the reason why people can't do that is because they feel like they have to show people. They feel like part of the enjoyment is sharing it with people.
Yes.
Bro, like I live the moment. I always live the moment, and I love it. Like, bro, you don't know where I am. I could be in Norway. I could be anywhere. Bro, I go to Egypt back one time. No one knew. Who knew?
No, love it.
You knew.
Yeah.
Apart from the guy at the border who stopped
me.
me.
100%.
And almost bagged me.
Damn right.
no one knew I was in. No. I was here. The worst thing is when you're there in a random country. Someone, hey, you're here.
And then the news spreads.
Nice. It's alhamdulillah.
No, that's that. He's talking about very specific, certain group of people, certain place.
Yeah, certain places there, they're not going to spread it. Bro, trust me. And even when I go to places, I'm not bait, like, I'm not out. You know what I'm saying? I love it.
I've never heard that you're somewhere, to be honest. Personally, I've never heard that you're somewhere.
Yeah, like, bro.
From someone that saw you. Because normally, well, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know why. People see people. Imagine someone say, Ustad Rahman, Sheikh Saleh Usaimi. They message me straight away.
They don't see me, like.
They never see you. I've never got a message about Imran. I've seen Imran.
Alhamdulillah. Even I'm in the UK.
I was gonna say,
maybe it's just not important enough to people. Maybe they didn't see him, but they didn't think to message you. Whereas with Sheikh Hosseini, it's like, I saw Sheikh Hosseini. It's like, amazement.
That's true. But I actually got. Like, I'll give you an example. Yeah, bro. There was one time I was out. I was not in the country for 6 months, and I was talking to people. They thought I was here. I got shocked about his life. It was like, Imran, I heard you've not been in the country for months. I was like, oh yeah, sorry, forgot to tell you about that. You know what I'm saying? I'll go, come back. You won't even know. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Coming back to Instagram, another thing I think to mention, which we mentioned in the previous one on Snapchat, was about sisters putting up pictures and stuff. And to be honest, this should have been mentioned in the Snapchat one as well, but it wasn't. Like another thing, it's dangerous specifically for sisters. Although I guess it could also come into brothers as well. Is that don't think that just because you have a certain number of friends or that your account's private and only a certain number of people are following you, that means that those pictures are restricted to those people. obviously we mentioned previously that it's in the cybersphere, so if anyone wants to hack it, they can. But those are unlikely situations, but there are possibilities.
No, I'm saying the guys who work there, they can see your pictures. They're obviously not in mahram. You don't know them. So,
but even that, as in like the chance of someone, because there's millions of users, the chance of someone you could say it's unlikely, probably whatever. But just what are the chances that one of your friends are viewing your profile and their brother's sitting next to them and he just sees, or he's walking past with a cereal behind the sofa and he sees, or the spouse sees.
I'll be honest with you, like that. What you just described is again coincidental. I think what can happen and is more likely is the guy has his wife's Instagram on his phone. Do you get it? So it's like, as in like he's got his wife's account on his phone. Do you get it?
Oh,
and she's got his account on her phone. Yeah. And it's like, it's just freedom of information.
Yeah,
I think it was you who told me just bear in mind, if there's a married brother and you tell him something, it's almost likely that his wife's going to know.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Something like that.
100%.
Do you get it?
No.
So I'm looking at all you man a bit funny right now.
We're different. But
Yeah.
I'm telling you what the rule of thumb is amongst people. Trust me, bro.
People don't have boundaries.
Trust me. Trust me.
Yeah.
Trust me. Married brothers? Not everyone. That's why, alhamdulillah, man. ذلك فضل الله يؤتيه من يشاء والله بفضله.
I don't think people tell their wife, as in, really?
Trust me, there's brothers. You know why? Just trust me.
I trust you.
I seen, huh?
I trust you.
Yeah, there's literally, I trust you on this thing.
Okay.
I trust you on this thing.
Okay.
I've seen it. There's a couple brothers I've seen it. I'm like, Allah Mubarak. Yeah.
Anyways,
you're gonna trust. You don't tell everything, do you?
No. I mean, I have that problem.
Huh?
I get that problem. I can't say.
It depends. I mean, like,
I have that
there's some
because
things
I'm
where
and then like,
there's some things where I'll mention to my family to get advice and stuff, but it's not that everything that comes in straight away goes out.
Some brothers is like,
No.
yo.
Guess what I found out today?
Guess what?
No.
no, but I mean, you can kind of understand, which is why you should, as a sister, you should be wary, is because they got like
I think
that's their like best friend. That's their like, that's their partner. We share everything. You're not telling me stuff now. Stuff like that. So I can understand why. I'm not saying I agree or disagree. I'm not casting a value judgment. I'm just saying that I get why people do it.
Just be careful in it. That's all we're saying. It's just be careful.
I'll tell you a real life situation. Yeah, many a time, like my family is using her phone, and then she just like scrolling through, and then I just have to turn away because obviously she's got girls on her social media.
Yeah.
Or whatever have you, that obviously like pop up on, and I'm saying I accidentally look and I have to turn away. And alhamdulillah, Allah's given me enough shame to not what's that? Do you know what I'm saying? But many guys like to do this thing of, let me see the wedding pictures.
I don't think guys
Pakistani ones do, right?
Wedding pictures.
That's a different level.
That's women, bro.
That's actually mad.
You act like you don't know it.
Wallahi, I'll be honest with you. I don't know a single guy who decides to.
As in, they want to see the
the
bride.
No, they don't say it like that.
Even just generally, I'll be honest with you. I haven't come across. Maybe like
big red line.
Elder, maybe like elder relatives.
Yeah, elder relatives. That's what I'm talking about. The men.
I'm talking about like granddads and that, like old, like just
they're nosy, innit? They're nosy. They don't from angle of fashion.
I've seen it from aunties.
That's actually the other point about Instagram I'm going to come to later.
Say, nosiness. But I have walked into the room and uncles are just watching the wedding video. But I've never actually, like you walk into the front room, you don't normally see they even talking about politics or whatever. And it's watching like a wedding video of someone like they got married in, but it's usually like in Pakistan. They just want to see like their relatives.
Irrespective, bro. My point is that it gets seen, innit? It gets seen.
Mad thing is a red line.
But you're talking about in a context where the wedding is segregated, the women are separate, women are separate. I'm talking about, bro, there's a wedding where it's all mixed anyway.
Yeah.
These same men that were watching it were there at the wedding. Yeah. Or in some cases, they weren't there. That's why they're watching it to see how was it, this, that. But it's very easy at the wedding.
It? Like, so who was there?
Can you say red line? You're talking about as in like, my wife had a separate wedding, so she could dress how she wanted to dress and they could have fun or whatever. Yeah. And now someone to come and watch it or whatever.
And there's reasons why they do it. They're like, let me see. She looks pretty. Maybe we can hook her up with so and so. Isn't like my point is they're observant. Yeah.
That's the women's job. They should observe.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I thought that was women.
Bro, I just know that the Marcies who hook up the wedding, they hook up the marriage, they go to the wedding, so they can scout more candidates.
The what?
Oh, basically the women who like the matchmakers in the community.
It's like
they matchmake.
Yeah, it's an unwritten rule. There's certain aunties. Just matchmaking.
It's because they know loads of families, they know loads of people. So they come to the wedding to try and see the girls when they look great, and see the guys when they look great, and they're he'd be good for her. Okay, let me find out about.
And they make money out of it.
They make big piece, bro. Big piece, bro. Big piece.
No, really?
Yeah,
bro. Big.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and the more
but like the more mutabarrijat though.
Who's mutabarrijat?
The girls.
Bro, and the more
mixed
difficult it
weddings.
is for you to get married, the more money they charge.
Yeah.
So if you're like some 28, 29-year-old sister, and I'm not saying this, I'm not like saying this is a good thing, but guys who are older than that will be looking for girls younger than that. Do you get it? So guys who are like 30, they'll be looking for 25-year-olds, 24-year-olds, something like that. So the girls who are like 26, 27, 28, 29, they'll go to these aunties, these rich aunties, and they'll charge them big money, bro.
Wait,
8,000, 9,000, 10,000. Yeah.
But it's not
Just
like
for the
it's-
hookup.
it's
We're
not like
thinking
a
of doing this
formal
in
thing,
a
though.
match, as in like pay like Iraq. That's just an idea that we had.
Yeah.
The old man's gonna become a Marcy.
Yeah, bro, we called the Marcy program back
No,
then as
no,
well.
it's like
Yeah.
a real someone who actually, so someone knows, and they'll. I understand if someone like, okay, the auntie,
I mean, they're not
just,
sa-
she just has a lot of contacts, mashallah. You go to her.
Yeah, it's
but-
contact, but she'll charge for it. I mean, she's not signed up
so
for
it's actually-
As in
HMRC.
for the
yeah, I
connection.
know what I'm saying, but it's
She don't
actually-
pay tax, but
yeah.
she does it.
But it's like no, there's one
Yeah.
auntie that
Yeah.
will go, you pay your money, and then go,
Yeah.
that's mad. That's
Mad,
alright.
isn't
That's all right. I'm not saying anything
Even I
bad
didn't realize it was
about
that deep.
Yeah,
I just thought it was just the
I'm not saying
auntie out
anything bad
of
about that.
good like
No,
goodness
no,
of the
they
community.
charge
There's
big
them ones
peas,
as well,
bro.
but there's one.
Yo, blood, they charge big peas,
Nothing.
man.
Really?
Yeah, my okay, look, I'll tell you. Sorry,
Man, the hustle,
my
the hustle,
auntie,
bro.
my uncle, as in my auntie's older brother, he paid the woman who found the rishta for my auntie. They paid her £8,000.
Just to look and find.
No, just to find it. Yeah, just to search.
pay first and
Yeah,
then
as in
after.
obviously you
Pay
need to-
50% up front, right?
Yeah, something like that.
And
So
why
this
did
is
it
mad.
happen? Why did that
the
happen?
point the point of it is that let's say your family, you're looking for someone,
Yeah.
for like your sister or your whatever, and you're like, I don't know many people, I don't have connections like that. So you look for someone who's got connections, right?
Yeah.
You look for someone to do this job, innit? And then she's there like, okay, cool. Like, tell me this person's profile. Okay, she's this old, she looks like this, she's this practicing, so, and she knows she's got like a date in her mind. She's got like, or
That's
maybe
where
she may
Sunnah
even
match
have.
idea
She
came
may.
from.
She, we'll come to Sunnah. Yeah. She may even have a written, log, and she's there like, okay, I know this guy. Okay, this person's better. Flan, all that stuff, and she's like, okay, cool, connection, and she'll charge you money just
Oh
to
wow,
make that
Fulan
connection.
is the same as Fulan.
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
that's-
Oh, you didn't know that?
Yo,
huh?
should we just give out a quick promo code quickly? That's
Is there
right.
anything
Soundbite.
else to say about?
Hold on, wait. I want to know about this. Hold on.
Promo code Chai.
Yo, quick.
Promo
follow-
code
I was
Chai.
just gonna say, yeah.
Chai is the promo
One
code.
sec, quick, one sec,
It's just that we moved on from Instagram.
No, we haven't.
I'm gonna relieve myself from this podcast because I'm hungry.
No,
for food
no,
today.
wait.
You may want to talk about
Bro, we
Marcia.
need to
Let's
finish.
just
Cinema's
finish
podcast.
And let's
Promos.
We need to talk about Instagram. We haven't finished.
Can we
We haven't
talk?
finished.
Can we talk?
We
I'm
can.
hungry.
Can I just quick dash promo?
G-
Chai.
50% off,
CHIA.
lifetime access. The promo code is Marcy,
so it's not
MASSI.
Chai.
Click the link below. Promo
Chai.
code's there.
Or Marcy.
50% off lifetime
Could be
access to the
either.
match. Find the
Either.
right one right way.
Okay. Instagram. What's next?
I want to just ask. I can ask you later.
Yeah, ask me.
Yeah, well, like,
Don't worry,
I
I'll
just-
say it, I'll
What's
say it.
next? Instagram.
I just think people need to just get off it.
There you go, brothers and sisters. Get off Instagram.
Like,
We'll see you next.
Bro, I'll be honest with you. The thing about Instagram, and I'm just gonna hint to this discussion here, because basically of the social medias that favor the algorithm most, I think is number one is YouTube, and number two, even though we're not really gonna talk about that much, is Facebook. And I think as a result, as a connection to Facebook, is Instagram. It's weird. It's not weird actually. It's understandable why. I get why, but the algorithm is so good. Is so good. So you don't even know, but you're going to be there spending time, ages, forever, for hours on end, just constantly churning through, consuming basically all this
They know what
content
you
that
like,
they put out.
basically. They keep showing
They
you.
know what you like. No, but bro, it's really interesting. Not only do they know what you like, but they know what you might like. Do you get it? So they throw all that stuff at you, and then they train the network based on that. Yeah, and then after the people who like this may have also liked all of 10 of these things. So they throw you these things, then you connect that, and it just becomes it's like an extension of you. All of the things you're interested in, you'll be able to find them on Instagram. And Instagram is the biggest innovator in social media. They like, for example, they took the stories thing from Snapchat. They took reels from TikTok. Do you get it? And they're
They
moving
took
fast.
lives from
Periscope.
Periscope. There you go. Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
I remember
They-
that Bucket of Star, he put out this
Moving
thing on,
fast.
you know the day Instagram put out stories. It's like he put out this post, it just made me laugh. He had a picture of a guy who's breaking down a door, but in his head it was the Instagram logo, and the door was Snapchat. He's kicking it down. He was like Instagram's one
That's it.
gangster app. Like it's just
He's taking everything. Yeah. Well, like-
Everything. huh?
yeah. And that
Monopoly.
leads on to the next point, which is that these companies, they put in a lot of money, and money is just a way to describe how much research gets put into it, right? A lot of money to pay psychologists, researchers, people who are into marketing to try and find the best ways that they can keep you on the app as much as
now
possible.
imagine
As
if
in-
the way that you stay on the app is sins, they'll carry on throwing those sins
Yeah,
away.
exactly.
If they see, you like music stuff, they'll carry on showing it to you. They see you like pretty girls, they're carrying showing
Yeah.
it to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you just got to get off.
It's crazy, like how much money these companies put in to create fitna and facade, and like people, like investors will invest in that because they see that this will make money back.
Yeah.
When it comes to things of the deen, like, you know, charities or whatever, like you struggle to fundraise.
It's
and
that short-term,
like,
long-term goal thing, innit? I mean,
crazy, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's very sad, man. Very sad. Maybe we could just close on this unless anyone else has anything to say. When I started practicing, one of the things that was very clear to me, I realized 10 years ago, just over 10 years ago now, is that I had to get off Facebook. Because I remember I spent like a couple months practicing, and I fell into like some fitna where I could see that this is not good for me. And alhamdulillah, Allah Azza wa Jal gave me the tawfiq to see that, okay, I need to get off of Facebook. No one told me it was haram, and I never had anyone advise me. And Facebook at them times was very conservative. You know what I'm saying? It was not a place where, you know, people just upload selfies and, you know, it was not that peak, but it was just, you know, people just messaging you, whatnot. So I remember I got off it, and I stayed off it for the better part of a year. And I only brought it back when it was to set up a da'wah project. And since then, I've never had a personal account, alhamdulillah.
On Facebook?
On any social media. I had one like crud account on Instagram just to keep an eye on the brothers. Few little cool things here, but it was just the brothers there, and I don't even have that anymore. But as and from that, and the reason I'm saying is that you can't say, oh, but you're on social media, is because me, number one, I've got admins. Many people have my passwords. You know what I'm saying? It's not even. I don't have a social media. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do on social media what another person would want to do. I have people watching me. Passwords are out there. There's levels to this. You know what I'm saying?
That's fine.
So I left social media and I never came back. On a personal level, I never came back.
Perfect.
My advice, honestly, if you want to come to the deen, especially if you just came, don't go to social media. People say, oh, but there's benefits, there's that. Bro, there's benefits on YouTube.
There's benefits in alcohol.
Yeah, there's benefits in alcohol as well. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying...
But what did you say, sorry?
There's benefits in alcohol.
In alcohol, okay.
Sure. Yeah.
As it said in the Quran.
Yeah.
Just because someone has benefits doesn't necessarily mean that
the harms outweigh the benefit.
Yeah. I honestly think, well, like even me, until I saw something from Sheikh Badr al-Taybi, I was fully I was thinking just even stop doing that on social media. And just from like a da'wah perspective, it's like a necessary thing. We have to do it. And there's measures that we take in place. That's why we're there. But don't think we're condoning being on social. I honestly think, get off it. Like how can you be in the house with your family, but you're not with them?
Yeah, I think that's another key thing, is that I think that came from Instagram more than anything. I think Instagram pioneered WhatsApp as well. Yeah, being antisocial when you're being social. Like you'll be in a room with family members.
That's deep. Yeah,
and they're all on their phones.
Yeah.
Whereas before, you used to go around, you used to talk to family members.
And we're talking about how we cut, like we're supposed to do an episode on cutting family ties, and in reality, we should be strengthening family ties and keeping everything together. You know, Islamic community, household, all that stuff. And yeah, well, it's a big fitna. You're there at home. Everyone's there, like you mentioned. We're all eating food together, and nobody's there. You know, everyone's there, but they're not present.
Yeah, that's about it, man. Subhanallah.
My final thoughts are: be careful where you get your dopamine from. If you really need it from likes and comments, and that's your happiness and sadness, and your good mood and bad mood is based on how many likes your picture gets, that is a dangerous trap, bro. You are likened to the nitties who stand outside Hounslow Station, bro. You are just like them. Theirs is just more evident.
There's nitties that come around here.
Yeah.
TW32EB. You can come here. Come to the address. You'll see the background of the ride out.
Literally, yeah.
But we won't be here,
bro. Literally, last night I was there. I actually went to Lincoln, which is funny because there's going to be another episode we might have to do about that. My moment that I had. And we were just there waiting for Aman, and there was a woman just walking by. And she was just talking. She was just shouting to herself.
Mad.
She was just shouting to herself. Yeah, she was neat. And what I'm trying to say is that if you're always there refreshing, like, you know, refreshing over and over again, to see, you know, how many likes you got. Yeah, that's a dangerous thing. You know what happened to me recently with the Stripe app? Have you got Stripe on your phone? Yeah, Stripe basically.
If there's anyone still in my
no, I said if anyone's paid money, yeah, you get a notification. And I was there like, oh wait, snap. Hold on, something's happening inside me, and I'm expecting to make sure that, you know, the company's hitting the target. You know, that's what I'm saying. I had to do the same because I was like, I'm in reality, I'm concerned that the company's hitting the targets, but this specific subset of checking is becoming a bit toxic. So I have to remove that and just make it into a weekly or monthly kind of checkup.
Wallahi, very true.
Yeah.
Very
Calm.
true.
We'll
Dopamine.
conclude there.
So
Wait,
much
just
promo
on a side
code,
note, have you ever
Marcy,
seen any
50%
nitties in
off.
Saudi?
Huh?
50% off Marcy. So much promo code.
Oh, brother.
Alhamdulillah.
Have you guys ever come across nitties in Dubai?
Nah.
On that note, see you guys in the next episode. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace.
Assalamu alaikum, guys. I want you to meet Johnny. Johnny is a key member of our team. With the permission of Allah, he's responsible for the recording, the editing, and the uploading of almost every single bit of content that you see on the YouTube channel. Now, that's a beautiful task, but behind it, there is a bit of a sad story, and that is that Johnny is overworked. Right now, it's way past hours. It's 8 p.m. at night, and he's probably going to be here for a few more hours. And he's been here since 7 a.m. in the morning, and this is, sad to say, a normal day. Because in order for us to be able to reach our targets and to get the content out to you so that we can produce what we can every day to ensure that da'wah reaches who it needs to reach, the team needs to work this hard. The reality of the matter is that this is not sustainable long term. Johnny is going to burn out. Johnny's going to give up. And when that happens, the da'wah is unfortunately going to be affected. I need you guys to be able to help Johnny. Help him how? We need a bigger team. We need more graphic designers. We need more editors. We need more cameramen to help us sustain what we're doing now and so that we can do more. But that all requires funding. And that's where you come in. You see, in the da'wah, everyone has a role to play. Don't think that it's just my job or Johnny's job. I have something to share in terms of what little knowledge I've acquired, and that's my job. Johnny has the skills, and that's his job. But in order to make this operation run, and for us to hire the people with the skill set to be able to do what they're doing, that's where you come in. The ones who may not have that skill, who may not have the ability to give the da'wah, but they do have the ability to fund it to allow the da'wah to manifest. So in essence, when I'm asking you to help Johnny, I'm asking you to help yourself. Because this is you fulfilling your responsibility so that you can get that reward in the day of judgment. So help Johnny by helping yourself, by donating as generously as you can at the link below. Peace.